Hi guys, welcome to Dave C. Straight from the Pit. In this episode, I thought we'd do like a question and answers type thing. I've been getting a lot of feedback on different media venues like Instagram and just regular email. And so I'll read off some of the questions and I'll try to give some answers that might be interesting. So the first one reads like this. Why do you like G.I.Joe anyway? So my answer to that is to quote someone's Instagram page. On that person's Instagram page, they have a description on the top where their name is, but then underneath they have a description which kind of tells them about themselves. You know how you guys can do that. So anyway, this person wrote this. They said, "What I do is less work than it is inflicting myself on others." So what does that mean to you? I'll read it again so you can kind of think about it. What I do is less work than it is inflicting myself on others. So to me, that means it's a person that is content and happy, and that instead of getting too involved and imposing themselves on others, they like to just be themselves and maybe get a job done. This is like a pretty blue collar quote, and it reminds me a lot of me, and it's kind of like a dirty hands, clean money quote. And I always used to throw that phrase around at work at my old job because there's a lot of kiss-ass people there, we'll call them, and they were trying to climb a ladder that didn't exist. So they would stomp on other people and stab in the back and stuff just to climb this fake ladder, just to make 50 cents more or a dollar more an hour or something ridiculous like that. They were willing to do that. So I mean, I'm not like that at all. I'm very blue collar, genuine. I learned that from different people like my dad and different stuff I grew up with. But this person here is like that, and it might surprise you a little bit, or it might not, depending if you know. This is actually Larry Hama's page, and that's his quote. So he's explaining himself as somebody like that. So I thought that was really interesting when I found that, because I'm a lot like him, and there's reasons why I like him, not just G.I. Joe alone reasons, maybe. So yeah, but I guess what I was going to add to that is that his file cards are always like making fun of lawyers, Wall Street, insurance executives, corporate ladder dysfunction, just all kinds of stuff like that. And he always poked fun at it in the 80s there when our parents would read the file cards to us, or we would read the file cards. There's always kind of like jokes about that, and that's one thing my father always instilled in me, because he was a working class guy, is that even though there's all these people out there trying to look good and make more money and stomp on other people just to get ahead, it doesn't make them better, and it doesn't make them smarter. And a lot of times, if you're more like a family guy and you're more a caring person, you're going to turn out ahead in the end anyway. So don't waste your time and don't waste your life trying to do that, because you don't really get ahead in the end, I don't think. So, but anyway, I just think it's cool that Larry Hama had that quote. Another quote he had on there was, been faking it all my life. So he's just making a joke, I think, that he didn't really know what he wanted to do and after the Army. So I think he just kind of started working in comics, and it really took off for him. And he did an awesome job on all this stuff, of course. But yeah, so that's a big reason why I like G.I. Joe, to answer the question, is that the guy who started it all, or was there when they started it all back in '82, as far as a real American hero goes, he wrote all the file cards and created all the profiles for all the guys, that we all fell in love with. So if there was no backstories like he gave us, which were pretty true blue collar backstories, we maybe I I wouldn't like G.I. Joe, because I wouldn't have got so into the guys and the girls and all the different things. But yeah, so I think that's a big reason why I like G.I. Joe. Second question is, why don't you display your figures with all their accessories? And my answer to that is, I know a guy on Instagram, and codename Steve, who's a totally awesome guy. And if you don't know him, you should check him out, because he always posts really cool retrospectives on G.I. Joe, the 80s stuff. And probably by the time you see this video, he's already going to be doing, I think he said he's going to do 1983 to 1986 now. He already did 87 to 89. But yeah. So anyway, codename Steve, he had a problem where he took a backpack and he put it on 1983 tripwire, and the backpack peg broke off in his back. So we were making a joke on there, like, that's why, I don't, one of the reasons why I don't display my stuff with the guys, because I don't want thumbs to break, or, backpacks or whatever it is, foot pegs or what have you. So that is a big reason why I don't. I kind of just like to have them as if they're just like they would be at home. They're just kind of hanging out, and because they're not in battle on my shelves, they're just kind of hanging out. So that's why I do that. And I also have a nice case here where, like, the nuts and bolts and stuff, and tons of room there. So I just put them all in there, and yeah. That I have like 70% of the accessories in my nuts and bolts drawer here, down here in the pit. And for the 425 guys that I have, 1980s guys. So I have most of them, so I'm pretty happy with that. A lot of stuff, sometimes I come and look after, and I'm like, oh, I do have that, because sometimes I think, oh, I'm missing, Sci-Fi's gun or something, or whatever. And then I'll come in here and go, no, I got that, a few years ago. It's right here. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, anyway, another question is, I've seen on your page that sometimes you make fun of the 1986 Cobra Stun. I like it. Okay, yeah, sometimes I do make fun of it, because I don't really like it. Like, it's kind of weird to me. But, I mean, I don't know what more to say about that. I mean, sometimes guys like different things and they don't like different things. So I just think that the way that it opens, and I don't know, it was a bad replacement for the Cobra Hiss tank, because I really like the 83 Cobra Hiss tank. So I think this thing was supposed to replace, like, their main battle tank, and I think it's kind of weird. But I mean, I like the black color of it, and the red little Cobra wheels, like the Cobra logo like this on the Cobra wheel. 2 Cobra wheels. That's pretty cool. But I don't have one, so, and I never did have one. So maybe it is good, and maybe you're right. Maybe it's an awesome vehicle, and I shouldn't really make fun of it that much. It's just because there's a couple guys on there, and they know I don't like it, so they always make comments and stuff like that, and we kind of have fun making fun of it together. So anyway, next question. A lot of the other channels collect multiple 1980s toys. How can you just collect G.I. Joe? Well, to answer that, because I kind of don't like a lot of other 1980s toys. But for me, I enjoy just 1980s G.I. Joe. Well, a big reason why is because then I can just focus on one thing. I don't have to, worry about, 4 or 5 or 6 or 10. I can just worry about one that, I grew up with, really liking the most, and I know a lot about it. So, I kind of like that about that. And then I guess the other thing is that, what was I going to say? I don't know. Just, I always liked military stuff as a boy. And we used to play guns in my neighborhood, and, we didn't have real guns, of course. We had little sticks and stuff that we'd pretend, and we'd say, I have Uzi, and I have a M16. This is an AK-47. This is a Thompson, or whatever. And we'd run around the yards and the backyards and the hedges and all different stuff, and I was really good at it. I'd pop up behind like a couple guys and they wouldn't see me, and I'd just go like bam, 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 and then, you know, I'd say I gotcha, and so I really enjoyed that. And you know, I never pursued that. I never went in the military really, and I didn't go to be a police officer. I wanted to be a police officer when I was a kid. That was what I wanted to do, but I didn't do that, of course. So yeah, so I guess what I'm saying is that I always liked military stuff, and you know, kind of things that had some kind of order, and because I think in society today that's really important to still have that kind of order and law. And you know, G.I.Joe was always like that. There's you know, it was duty, honor, and courage, and I grew up on that. The comics and the cartoon always instilled that in us. So I think that was just the biggest toy that really stuck with me, and you know, it still has all these years. Okay, so the next part of this video, I'm going to include a little segment where me and Shane wrote in a letter to a friend of ours, and he read it on his channel. And this was back in 2019, so it's kind of a cool letter. And the guy is HCC788, who I think a lot of people know in the G.I.Joe community. So yeah, we're just going to run it now.
I had to pause the video because I realized I hadn't cut the boxes open, so I had to go get my pocket knife and cut them open so it'll be easier to open up for you on camera. So now everything is cut open. I'm going to start with this this envelope here. This is from Dave Conroy, and he has taped a really cool picture of the Hooded Cobra Commander action figure right there. And I've cut along the side, although I realize now that this has a pull tab, and I could have just done that, but you know, I try to never do things the easy way, right? So let's just go ahead and pop that open and see what he sent us. We have a letter, and it's you wrote very big, so I don't have to get my glasses. Thank you very much. This says, hopefully this letter was, oh, sorry, almost started reading at the end, so let's read at the beginning. Dear HCC788, just wanted to send you something and tell you how great of a thing you are doing with your channel. Thank you very much. I am 45, so am I, and also grew up collecting and playing with G.I.Joe from 1982 until 1989. My son loves G.I.Joe as much as we do and really enjoys watching your channel on our smart TV. Thank you for watching. That's really cool. Your attention to detail and care for what you do makes you one of a kind. When you did the anti-drug campaign involving G.I. Joe and let the viewers see the grave of your old friend Davey was very powerful and very moving. Yes, that was... I wasn't sure if I should get that personal in that video, but I thought, okay, you know, if we're gonna make the point that, you know, people shouldn't use drugs, then let's make the point, and that was the most direct way that I could think of to make that point. So I went ahead and did that. I showed that to my son, and he got it. It will stay with him. You explain drug abuse very well, and God bless Davey. Yes, a lot of us still miss Davey, and it's been a long time, but we still think of him. You're a compassionate, caring person, and I want to thank you for that. Plus, your humor is awesome when it comes to bright 90s Joe stuff. Thank you very much. Now, the other side of which I almost read first. Hopefully this will serve as more motivation for you to keep doing what you're doing. Hope you like the comic. Here are some pics of us in our Joe cave, and of Shane enjoying a Cobra hydrofoil from Santa Yo Joe. Dave Conroy, Ontario, Canada. And then we've got some, oh, this is awesome, an awesome room. You have more space in your room than I have in mine, I gotta say. That looks really nice. So thank you. These pictures are really cool. It's nice to see him playing with the Moreo, and he's got the Havoc there. So this is awesome. Thank you for this letter. I will keep the letter. Always keep the letters forever. All of the letters that I get. And the comic book. A classic. Yes. issue number 6. This is a fantastic issue. And I've talked about this issue a little bit in the show. But this is the issue where we meet. Where is it? We meet the October Guard. We meet the October Guard, and like some of this artwork is reworked from a Pravda Patrol story, just this is a fascinating issue. Some of the details about this issue I wish I had known before I had reviewed issue number 6, but this issue has a lot of history to it. Plus, this is just a cool cover, like with Cobra Commander's helmet and mask, and you see G.I.Joe and the October Guard reflected in it. A classic issue. Thank you very much, but mostly thank you for the letter. That letter was very touching to me. It meant a lot to me, and that really does help motivate me to keep going. The next box is this one from...
So thanks for watching this questions and answers segment. I really appreciate you guys watching my channel. And I just want to say thanks a lot to everybody. And, you know, guys like Chris from Chasing 80s, Scuba Pete, Joe, Joseph Von Ash, awesome guy who's always there for me right from the start. He's from Washington. Codename Steve. HCC788, like the guy that you just watched the video of, a little clip of us sending the letter. Jan Michael Dudikoff, Boba Hicks, Gojatron, Dave, G.I.Joe Dirt, Mario, Gaz, the most serious guy I've ever met in my life, Bobby Hansen, Eric Lutz from Cali, who now is living on a rock. And yeah, just a whole bunch of other guys that are really cool and I really enjoy talking to. And okay, so yeah, and I also want to give a shout out to Jay Scalzi. Just get better, and I hope everything's okay. I know I emailed you, but we didn't really talk that much, and I'm gonna have to give you a call because I haven't. So, but anyway. Thanks a lot, and thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you the next video. Okay, take care.